5:30 p.m. Roll call, please, Brandon.
Mr. Coleman.
Here.
Mr. Hoover.
Here.
Mr. Rutherford.
Here.
Gonna move first to, let's back up. Anyone from the audience wish to address us? Chief, we were on a roll, but we never had.
There goes the sixth one.
Good evening,
Well,
Chief.
I put this off so long as I could because I wanted to cut in front of Todd Petty one more time, but he's not here tonight. After 35 years of service, Officer Timmy McLaughlin is retired from the Greenville Police Department. As such, I would like to award him his block model 17. Serial number Zebra King David 827.
I would make the motion that we issue his service weapon to him. Second.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Anyone else from the audience wish to address us? If not, we'll go on to Mr. Hodson and the IDAM status update.
All's well with IDEM. We're current with our reports. We're on schedule to get funding for phase 2 this spring.
Okay.
On my status of tax, I have 2 addenda to preventive maintenance agreements. One is for the city center, and that as under the exact same terms as conditions, terms and conditions that currently exist. And the second is for the Justice Center. This one is the same except for the price has decreased by $1,000 annually.
Okay. Questions from Mr. Hodson regarding either one of those agreements? If not,
Do you want to take them separately or do you want them together?
let's take them separate. Let's do the city center section first.
I'll move for approval on that.
Second.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. And I'll move for approval of the addendum to the maintenance agreement for the Justice Center. Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Anything else, Mr. Hodson?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Daniel?
I have 2 items on the agenda and then 3 brief walk-on items after that. The first is Smith Valley Road Stores. They're requesting release of their maintenance guarantee for their development. Engineering staff has completed a field inspection, found it still to be in satisfactory condition. And so the motion would be to acknowledge the street improvements in the public right-of-way and to release the 3-year maintenance guarantee for this project.
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Next is for our Main Street Meadowview Lane / Yorktown Road roundabout project. This is actually to ratify the acceptance of 2 offers that we provided on the parcels you see on the map image. This is in the southwest quadrant and the southeast quadrant. Late last summer and over the fall, the parcels were approved. The funding, the offers were made. The parcel owners have accepted the offer. We realized that we needed to get that ratified by the board, so that is our motion to ratify the acceptance by the mayor on behalf of the board, and to accept and have recorded the fee, simple right-of-way and temporary right-of-way for these parcels 1 and 2 of the Main Street Meadowview roundabout project.
Doesn't affect the homes, right? It just
Correct.
is
No,
the property.
very faint in the graph. You can see the purple line. Those are rough approximations of the areas being acquired. Just a sliver on each of those, and
Also to the north there.
and then both the northwest and northeast quadrants. Those are owned by the HOA that they are still working with.
On the northeast and northwest are owned by HOA?
Yes.
Commons Entryway. There's they have a sign up there too.
We are going right up to the edge of those signs. Is the intent. You don't want to impact those.
Is there a motion to ratify that?
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
The first walk-on item is actually, it is for the VFW Post 5864 over in Preston South Business Center. This would be to authorize the mayor to sign on the board's behalf the O&M manual for water quality so they can be recorded at the county recorder's office.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
My next item is the same situation on a different project. This is for tire discounters. It's over in the Goodwill plot on US 31. On the graphic there, US 31 is on the west side there. And so this would also be to authorize the mayor to sign on the board's behalf the water quality O&M manual so that it could be recorded at the county recorder's office.
Is that Bell Tire?
Yeah, it's in front of Goodwill on 31 across from Tom Wood.
I thought it was going.
Well, Bell's down by Meyer.
Correct.
On
That's
135.
right, okay.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And then my third item, third walk-on is actually to ratify a professional services agreement. This is an individual, John Bartolo. He is our, going to be our staff engineer. This is a 120-day contract with him to perform those services in our department. And so the ratification would be to ratify the mayor's signature on the board's behalf for the professional services agreement. And then kind of a unique way as it turned out, the contract, it's 120 days. It says by the date of execution of the contract, when all the signatures occurred back in early December, mid-December, but today was his actual first day here. And so we would request to modify that 120 days to be from the first work day rather than from the date of execution.
Today.
Today was his first day, yes.
So he's not an employee, just an independent contractor?
Correct.
Okay.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Danny. Mr. Wright, no pressure.
Yeah. Fortunately, got a handful of things. The first one is our trash rates for the next several years. I know we had the big trash contract, 2018, that was lots of fun, but now we're looking at what we would be charging to our customer base. So this is what we'll be paying to Bestway for the next 5 years, over the next 5 years. The most recent rates went into effect November 1st, 2019. As we went through our budget process with Waste Management, we did see that we were running into a shortfall that is basically going to be continual with the needs for capital and then the needs to grow the actual staff. And so our proposal is over the next 4 increases to do an additional 25 cents per increase to take up to a total of $1 additional. So we would go from being $5.50 more than what we currently pay Bestway to being $6.50 more than what we pay Bestway for the rate. And what that would work out to is at the end of those increases, we would be up by approximately $200,000 a year in revenue, which would more than cover our shortfall with what we have rolling off debt-wise and coming on. So you can see on here, the proposed budget for Waste Management is 3.5. 2020 estimated revenues are about 3.4. We know that we have the tub grinder lease getting ready to roll off, and then one of the grapple trucks is getting ready to roll off. But we know we're going to need another grapple truck moving forward, and we'd like to do another dump truck once we have enough in there for that, debt service wise, for the lease. So then at the bottom here, you have what the effective rates would be. So we're currently charging $14.97 per month per home. So it would go $15.70, then to $16.45, $17.22, $18.02, and $18.60. So by the time we get to that $18.02, we would be $6.50 more than what Bestway charges us. So that would be covering our leaf and limb guys and the dump trucks and the grapple trucks and everything that we use for them capital wise.
So Best Way, we have a long-term contract with them.
Yes, with that.
Their
most
rates
recent
aren't
negotiation,
increasing.
yeah, it's 5 years, those rates are all set, so now that we know those, and we know what we need budget-wise, our proposal is to do a step increase on the rate, to cover the side that our guys do.
Right.
And just for a little bit of information, we had several comments that we get through the website about our leaf and limb guys particularly. A lot of really good compliments that they get. So we put a couple of those in the presentation here just to show you some of the stuff we hear and some of the good things we hear. And then additionally, we do hear good things on Best Way as well, as far as how much effort they make for our residents as well. So we've had a lot of good compliments.
Well, from a personal point of view, I can echo with respect to the street department. Came out in late December and after the snow, you're gonna pick up a ton of leaves. And then I had a personal contact with Best Way this morning and about getting a simple repair done to a canister, and they were very good at taking care of that. So I would move that we adopt resolution 20-01 in the form presented.
Second.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, the next one is a professional services agreement with Milliman. They do the actuarial report every year for us on our police pension fund. And that is a requirement for our annual report and also for the state. So this is actually the same amount as last year's contract. It's basically the same overall contract with Milliman. So we'd like to have that approved as well.
Questions for Greg on this?
I would move that we approve the addendum to the Millwood PSA for the police pension fund review.
Second, further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
On Friday, I did send out the budgets for sanitation and for waste management. I don't know if you guys had time to look at them, so if you haven't, we can go until the next meeting. If you have, I can present them today. It's up to you.
Did anybody have any, I haven't had a chance to thoroughly digest it.
So next meeting then.
Makes me, but if, Shannon, did you have a question that maybe Greg can help you
Well,
with?
that caught my attention where it said Board of Works, and there's a parenthesis after it said 50%.
Yes.
And-
So the utilities pay part of the Board of Works members' pay annually. So half comes through the utility and then half through the city funds.
And then over further, it said 3, which is 3 members. And then it had the salary, 12,048.
Right.
And then there was another column that said 18,000 and something.
I guess it'd be 3 times half.
Yeah, so the number of positions and salary, those be for an individual, so then 3 of those people and then divided by 2 gets us to the 18,072. So basically that's the piece that's being paid by sanitation of your annual amounts. So they pay half of the overall total, and then the rest comes between storm, waste, and the city.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Anything else, Greg? Great, thank you. We'll look forward to it. We'll take that up at the next meeting. It's your turn.
I'll move for approval of the claims as presented.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. We'll stand alert. Alert. We are alert, and we'll stand adjourned at 5:44. Sorry, we can make the record.